What do you consider a big waste of money? ISPs that still don't offer unlimited data plans. Laundromats. Cost me $13.50 to wash 3 loads of laundry this morning. Can't wait for my washer to get here. Cable. Once some couple of years ago it was cheaper to bundle internet and TV cable. Now if you unbundle and only want to keep the internet, it's twice as much as it was before. $70 for internet. Or bundle and pay $115 for TV and internet. Everything I buy. I swear I get buyer's remorse about everything I buy the older I get. It's the opposite with me. When I was younger I had buyer's remorse because I had to without something else I couldn't afford then. Now I think, let it be just money. If I can throw money at something and it solves the problem, so be it. A few weeks ago I hadn't had a particular tool I needed for a task. I just got in my car, grabbed the next best tool the salesman recommended, and I was happy. 20 years ago I had to study buyer's guides and check the pros and cons, and hadn't be sure about the tool, even after I bought it. Having just purchased a new car, 90% of what the dealership tries to upsell you on. VIN etching, seat/paint protection, nitrogen-filled tires, helps with tire pressure when temperatures change, but they try to convince you that it gives you better mileage, extended warranties. All of it is just a money grab and adds nothing to the value or functionality/safety of the vehicle. Just say no. And just keep saying no. I bought a car for the first time in February and the woman kept asking me if I wanted this and that, to which I said no. She kept asking me why I didn't want these things and I simply stated I don't want it. I don't need it. It adds nothing of value to my car. That seemed to shut her up. Also, read your contract. My woman actually told me, you know, most people don't read the contract. You can just sign it. No. Funerals. Going into debt over a dead person is probably not the legacy they wanted. Lot of baby toys. You spend hundreds on certain flashy expensive gifts that just sit unused in the corner, and then they play with that knick-knack you picked up from the dollar store all the time. I know it's a bit cliche, but my experience so far is that kids often just want to play with the cardboard box, so to speak. You don't need to spend hundreds on a 1 to 3 year old in terms of toys and games. Those monthly subscription boxes. Sure, you may get one thing you like, but you are stuck with a lot of other stuff you couldn't care less about. Why not go and just get that one thing you may like yourself? I get that a lot of the times it's things you wouldn't normally know about or think to get, but still, you probably didn't know it existed before, so you probably didn't need it in the first place. My wife used to get the food and recipe subscriptions, and I must say they weren't terrible for someone who wanted to learn some new recipes without having to put the effort into looking a bunch of crap up on Google. However, once you've done it for a month, you should probably start looking at all the recipes, look up different versions of them on YouTube, and cancel that subscription so you can spend way less money on the ingredients at a market or store. Unless you don't care about saving your money, they are not worth it in the long term. Cigarettes. Nothing like spending your money to stain your teeth, stain everything around you, make your breath smell bad, accidentally burn stuff, and slowly kill yourself. Reddit awards. Buying lunch every day at work. $10 to $15 per day sure does add up quick, especially if you throw in the multiple coffees that some of my co-workers purchase daily. Weddings. There is so much price gouging. If you plan an event of the same size and call it a party, it costs half as much. Cries an Indian. I've seen people put upwards of $200,000 on weddings. Oh, I believe it. I was once just about the only guest at a hotel not there for an Indian wedding. Just the dresses for ladies who are attending the wedding were $10,000 or more. The family was mad that Baton Rouge, Louisiana would not let them ride an elephant through downtown too. Video game microtransactions. The health insurance industry. Pay tens of thousands of dollars a year for coverage. Then when you actually need medical care you find out it wasn't covered for some bullshit reason, and you've got to come up with $6K on your own. I had a mammogram at 35 because the nurse was concerned. She kept questioning the lump, and because of family history, thought it was in my best interest to get it checked. I had my doubts but fine, whatever. Women get breast cancer in their early 20s, so it was possible. I had great insurance. Since it wasn't cancer and I was under 40, I had to pay the bigger end of it because my deductible wasn't met yet. Hundreds of dollars after insurance. I said next time, I'll let my boobs turn black before I try again. I called my insurance company and bitched. They admitted that if it was cancer, they'd pay for the mammogram. How lovely. Food delivery, especially from third-party apps. Not only is takeout already expensive, you are paying a 10-20% upcharge on the menu, then there's the fees and tip. Plus all those fees don't even get it to you fast. If they were doing some kind of white glove service, where the pizza arrives that perfect temp, then I could tolerate the fees. But this is just pay a ton of fees, and it gets tossed on your porch anywhere from 20 to 80 minutes from now. Seems like half the time the drivers don't even have a basic insulated bag to hold the meal in, which is technology even Domino's managed to figure out decades ago. I hope the push toward curbside pickup continues and survives the pandemic. Pay ahead of time via the Apple website. Pull up. Food is placed in your trunk. You drive off. That seems like the happy medium of ease of access vs not ending up with a congealed burrito. Product protection warranties they sell you at the checkout counter. It's a losing bet for the consumer. They wouldn't sell it if it weren't tilted in their favor. Yeah, I know there are stories about how a warranty saved someone's ass, but for every one of those stories there are many more where people just threw their money away. Edit. Unsurprisingly, a number of it saved my ass anecdotes have appeared below. In a similar vein, sometimes people come out ahead when they play blackjack, but not if they play long enough. Try this. Every time you're offered an extended warranty, whether it's $3 or $300, decline and put that amount of money in a special repair bill savings account. When you have to repair or replace an item for which you declined the warranty, use the money in that savings account. You may be up or down a little after a few years, but after a few decades you'll have a lot of extra money. U/Spasamoon adroitly pointed out that this is true for all insurance. The only reason to buy it is if you can't afford to replace it, that is, house or car. Edit 2, or your health. Expensive sunglasses. A friend dropped almost $400 on a pair, then promptly lost them in the lake. My $35 polarized lenses have lasted me 3 years already, and I likely won't need to replace them until next year. Plus, it isn't the end of the world if they break, get stolen or lost, as they don't owe me anything. Easy to replace without breaking the bank.